All right.
Wow.
Draft beer 40.
No.
44.
44. Draft beer. Where have you been? I know it's been a while, but
Yeah.
jeez.
44. Sorry. Do we go into the 8-4 because there's actually people in there, or do we go in?
I don't care either way, man.
4-3-2-2?
I don't know any of these cards. I seriously don't.
That sounds like an 8-4 entry to me.
I will have absolutely nothing valid to say.
Okay. So it'll be like any other game.
You'll have 2 packs worth of valid comments.
But I've forgotten what was in those.
We'll see whether it starts before. Okay, 8-4 it is.
Yay!
Move the beer.
Zombie Apocalypse.
Yep.
Zombie Apocalypse.
Okay, in this pack, we do have Zombie Apocalypse. Bring back all your zombies, destroy all humans. Flavor-wise, one of the best cards.
Yeah.
Out there. Usefulness.
Limited unless you get a heck of a lot of zombies.
Right. Wake Dancer's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of times you end up getting two
Critters.
twos out of it. Burning Oil is pretty good.
Yeah.
Deals damage and has the flashback. I like Loyal Cathar. Undying Evil's a fun little trick.
Well, Vengeful Vampire.
Not as good as you'd think he is.
Right.
He's just awfully expensive for a 3/2 flyer.
Right.
Even though he turns into a 4/3.
I'll play him, but I probably wouldn't. He may table is kind of where he's valued.
Really?
I'm thinking Burning Oil.
I agree.
Why not?
Go with the removal. Okay, here there is a lot of blue. A lot of good blue.
Shriekgeist.
There's this guy who turns into, once he deals damage, he turns into mind control. Hard to go wrong with that. 2/2 flyer who has Undying.
Sure.
And this guy gets you a card.
Okay.
You look at two cards.
You scry for 2, basically?
Yeah, but you get to keep one.
Oh, yeah.
So really all of those
are pretty solid.
This card's red-white. Out of those colors, Burden of Guilt's playable, but it's not that strong.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, do we go mind control?
What is Shriekgeist?
That's the other blue card.
Oh. It mills. Or can mill.
I think that's pretty awesome.
Even if we don't play it, I think I would rather take that and not have someone use it against us.
Yeah.
Let's see.
There's Divination for some card draw. Thought Scour is a good way to get some cards in your graveyard if you end up getting some of the scabs. Mm-hmm. Sudden Disappearance can be
utterly devastating if played at the right moment.
Right. Like, if you have an aggressive deck and just need to punch in the last damage, you can have everything on their side, leave play, and get through. Rack with Madness, I've not been overly impressed with, but it is pseudo-removal.
How do you pass up a 3/6 zombie for 3 mana?
Because he comes into play tapped, he's not as useful. I'd be okay taking him. I mean, especially since we're thinking blue. But because he comes into play tapped, and you have to...
He's hard to get to work.
Yeah. Here, there are 2 cards. I think it has to be one of these 2.
Yeah.
The Captain pumps up other zombies, has Death Touch on his own. When zombies die, they're losing life. This guy...
is just sick.
Yeah, is a lot of fun. Doesn't go with the 2 creatures we have.
I would have no problem with taking the Captain, trying for as many zombies as we can. We've already got 1.
Yeah.
And then we can always splash the red for the oil and just forgo the white if necessary.
Right. If we decide we really want it, we go that way. If not, here, this gets you 2 zombies, but the flashback is kind of expensive. This guy's a zombie, and you can mill a couple cards, which helps make shit smaller and whatever. So I think I'd probably be inclined to go that route.
Well, remember what we learned. Lower is better.
Lower is better?
Cost-wise.
Oh, yes. You have to be aggressive in this format, or you just lose. This one's a really expensive counterspell, but if they happen to be playing zombies also, then you get to play a card. I don't know. I don't think it's... I've never seen someone actually play it. This guy's decent. This guy would slow us down. I don't think any of these cards are making our deck.
What about the Chalice of Life?
It's so slow. You never get to 30 life, so you never get it to flip.
I don't know if you built a green deck specifically around it. Take it. Take it. Oh, jerk.
Okay, here's a zombie with Intimidate.
Cool.
That's the way to go. Forge Devil's pretty good because it kills.
Sure. I would also love to take Evolving Wilds, but yeah, the Highborn Pearl's the way to go.
Yeah. Wow, that's a late Immerwolf. We have to take the Undying Zombie who comes back as a 5/5 for our deck, but I'm really surprised that they're still...
Werewolves are not loved.
No one loves the werewolf. No, that's why they're so angry.
People hate furries, apparently.
They're not really angry, they're just sad.
Yeah.
No one loves them.
It's white wolf werewolves where they're crying because of all the horrors done to the environment.
Yeah. Pussies.
Okay.
I think Undying Evil.
Yeah, I think so too. It can be a really just blow up their removal spell and
especially if you do nonsense with like Wake Dancer.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like,
and I like using it like with a captain because he has Death Touch. You attack with him, they're gonna block.
Yeah,
because they want to get rid of your.
Oh no, he's a 3/3.
Nope. Okay. From this, probably the Shriek dice.
Yeah.
We're not going to be playing green, so we don't have to worry about that. Heavy Manic really helps humans. I don't expect this to make the deck, but... Black Cat's a zombie.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Who'd have thunk it?
Yeah. And I actually like Undying Evil on a Black Cat also.
Discard a card. Do it again.
Oh,
I see. Tricky.
Katie,
Katie, bar the door.
This one you have to be casting, not just returning. It's maybe Bone to Ash.
Yeah, whatever.
A counter spell that we won't play.
See, if we'd taken that Gift of the Woods, we might have been able to get the Chalice to work.
Damn. We could have taken as many Favor of the Wood. We could have 15 of them if we wanted to, and we'd still not get the Chalice to work. Spiteful Shadows, not going to
Somebody took a land. Rather than those cards.
Yeah, yep. It really says something. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6 zombies. That's
pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Gutter Grime. Yikes.
So best card in the pack is Slayer of the Wicked.
But we're probably going to take Moan of the Unhallowed.
Yep. Slayer of the Wicked's best by a fair margin. Moan of the Unhallowed, pretty good in our deck. Gives us 2 zombies to go off of the bonuses.
Right. I also like to think twice for our deck, but...
Yeah. Getting some card draw would be nice as well. Here, I like Armored Scab, but I'm thinking
Mind
Shrieker, just the potential upside, and we may actually mill ourselves instead of our opponent.
Sure.
Like we normally do, but you pitch a Relentless Scab or something in, and
Flight can be really well. Flight is just like awesome, so why not, right? Mauler.
Yeah, big time.
Yep, Mauler works.
Man, another gutter grime though.
Jeez.
It's gonna be a really grimy game.
And
Diagraph Ghoul,
gives us
absolutely.
an early zombie presence.
Like it.
So we are getting
Pretty zomberized.
yeah. We didn't take Zombie Apocalypse. That could have been our first pick instead of.
I know.
And actually would have gone with our deck.
Who knew?
Two thoughts here. One thought is just cut a good green creature so they don't have it. Other one is Back from the Brink is playable. When you're casting, when you use it, you don't have to pay the additional thing. So like if our Headless Scab dies, we just pay 3 to cast it and we don't have to exile another creature.
Oh, interesting.
The bad thing is we won't have that many creatures in our graveyard because we've been
Doing that.
yeah.
But do you care if you do it that way?
I say cut a green card.
Sure. Take the early green draw out of the equation. I'm okay with that. It's probably either crappy way to slow them down or hard counter.
Hard counter.
Okay. We may end up playing counter spells in this. I guess we're only in pack 2.
Liar.
I still think it might happen. It might. Probably the Geist out of these cards.
Sure.
Let's go white. Look at it, it's wide open.
It is wide open.
Yeah, I mean, we probably do take the Voiceless Spirit here, but I'm still not ready to jump ship entirely. Feeling of Dread?
Sure.
Eh.
If we ended up splashing one.
None of these cards excite me.
Sexually.
Curse of Oblivion does.
It really does.
Just a little bit.
It's pretty hot. So I don't think we'll play
Check it
white,
out. It's Ophelia.
because it's foil.
You're a whore.
Yep. That I am.
John likes making sure that I have epileptic seizures.
And
Heck yeah.
we'll take that.
That's
So
totally
the
playable.
person who took 3 lingering souls doesn't just
Run us over. He would have taken it already if he had 3 lingering souls.
And they'll destroy us anyway.
Yeah, probably. You're playing a zombie deck. This is Dark Ascension, people.
We do have
Zombies are dead.
Let's see, 5 creatures at 2 casting cost or less. So that's
a good start.
That's good. Yeah. You need to have those early plays so their werewolves don't flip, and just so you don't lose before the game even starts. For flashback, is this our only?
All we want to do is eat your brains.
Woo! Trepanation Blade.
It was inevitable.
Love the Trepanation Blade. I mostly love the fact that there's a... Is it a vampire chick wielding a Trepanation Blade in one of the Dark Ascension
card? The thing I like about Screeching Scab also is even if he doesn't mill a creature, he often dies and then becomes that creature.
Sure.
He gives you a very good chance of getting something in your graveyard.
Ooh.
Okay.
What is that nonsense at the end there?
It's a 6/6 dragon.
Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, it deals that much damage to each creature that player controls.
That's kind of bomby, isn't it?
It is a bomb. It's a mythic rare.
But it's 7. Silent Departure or Falkenrath Noble, probably Noble.
You think so?
I think so.
Just because the special ability is huge.
Yeah, special ability is huge. I like Silent Departure also. I mean, if you guys think that would be better.
Man, I don't know. I think the Noble is the way to go.
How many creatures do we have?
10.
10.
Take the Silent Departure. They very rarely table.
Yeah.
The Noble won't table either, but But we have seen repeatedly that Silent Departure can be the card that messes up your opponent irrevocably when you're playing Blow.
The thing that I think about with Silent Departure also is that we have all these guys, which if they bounce them, and we've already exiled our guy, we can get kind of hosed there. So we can either go with another zombie, just kind of dumb zombie guy, or...
I think we go with the dumb zombie guy.
Don't think Scholar? Scholar could get creatures in our graveyard if we pitch them.
That's true. The Scholar is card draw of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. I just think, more zombies.
Right. So, Deadweight, Ghoul Raiser we'd like, but I think we have to take Sever the Bloodline, because you can flash it back, and it's just exiling it.
Yep.
Sure.
I'm amazed that it's still around.
As a card?
Yeah.
They should
it hasn't been banned already.
What were they thinking? Do we have
I don't know if we even have
actually flip?
I don't think so.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Borderline.
Yeah.
Might be worth taking it just to keep it away from somebody else.
Right. And if we get there, we get there.
Yeah.
I don't think we're passing that much.
Now we load up on nothing but instants.
Do we take the Dream Twist?
The Dream Twist or the Dream Twist?
We could take
Zombie Snake.
Zombie. Yep.
We'll be the one person to ever play that card.
If we can get one of those things that brings back 2 zombies from the graveyard.
Yeah.
College Chant.
Yeah. Then lots of times you can trade this guy for something pretty good and then bring him back.
Tribute to Hunger. Even I know that.
And probably the Dagger. Dagger isn't bad. I mean, it's better if you're on humans.
Yeah.
I think I would argue for taking Bonds of Faith.
And splashing white?
No,
just taking
it will stop almost everything we have.
Yeah. And we're at 21 cards, so if we don't get 2 playables...
It's your fault.
Yep.
Village Bell Ringer.
Yep. Nothing good here. Nothing good.
And Feeling Dread.
Sure.
So we may actually be playing a little bit of white. They have no curse, so there's no reason to do that.
Smite monstrous.
Another Fen Snake.
That's a big pile of suck.
This is a zombie. A 6/2 for 4 would not suck.
Right, and if he dies, I mean, that's basing a lot on having our captain out. But,
yeah.
Frightful Delusion would technically be in our colors. We'll see whether it's better to...
So how does the captain work when they die?
When they die, your opponent loses 1 life.
Okay.
And it has to be another zombie. So if he dies, it doesn't help you. Boo! I was watching the Grand Prix Seattle last weekend.
Yeah.
And I'm getting like a big boy crush on John Finkel, who's like that guy who beat us.
With a mill deck?
With that really awful deck?
Yeah, with that awful deck. But the more I watch him, the more I'm like kind of truly amazed at his like skill and just the way
his roguish good looks.
Well, those bowled me over instantly. The way that he's balding and slightly overweight.
Still in his parents' basement.
Yes, all of those things just really do it for me. But no, what amazes me is he holds his cards for so long. Like he doesn't. Like, I see a target to kill, and I kill it.
Yeah.
And he just waits. He had this game where he was holding a Victim of Night, and and he had Curse of Death hold on his opponent, and he was basically had him locked down. And the guy played a whatchamacallit, Banshee, something that died. Yeah, and he played the Banshee so that he was able to kill someone. And so then he had a 3/3 since it had Curse of Death hold on. But that was like really slowing down his attack. And I was just like, oh yeah, Victim of Night that thing, clear the way for the attack. Well, the guy had Undying Evil in his hand. And if he had done it, if he had killed the Banshee, he would have played it in reaction, brought it back, and killed the second one of his creatures. And I mean, that really could have lost him the game. He didn't do it. He waited, he waited. He got into some point, I can't remember how he got where the creature was going to die. Maybe he attacked with a 3/3, and the guy blocked. And then after he blocked, he played Undying Evil. And in response, he played Victim of Night before the Undying Evil resolved and killed the guy.
Oh, man.
And it was just like, oh god, that's so good.
It's like, did the other guy have glasses? Was he able to see what card was in his hand?
Yeah, and time again, it's like he really just knows what the other guy's going to do. And so
it was sweet.
Yeah, it was sweet.
He still calls himself Johnny Magic.
Yeah. I'm not sure if he calls him, I mean, yes, that is his username, but I think that was like a nickname branded upon him that he wore like a badge of honor.
A bloody badge of honor. I still think that counterspells should prevent the spell from ever having been cast, though.
It's kind of like that nickname we gave George.
I'm waiting for it.
Okay. I mean, we can get to that in just a second.
Yeah. We have important stuff to talk about here.
We're at 20 cards. The only things we have left are a Questionable Delver, Shriekgeist, Frightful Delusion. Really, those would be the only things in that color. If we decided to splash white, we could do Bonds of Faith and like double Feeling of Dread, which we would have the flashback on.
Yeah.
We could do Smite the Monstrous, or we could sideboard into Smite the Monstrous. I kind of
dig it.
Kind of like this.
How many things do we have that create zombie tokens?
Not much.
You don't know.
One card.
Yeah, one card.
That's fine.
I do know.
But Bob does not know. Bob was just full of shit.
He did offer it up a little bit quickly.
Yeah.
But, I mean, this can buy us time and or get through our blockers. We get the flashback off of it. So it gives us some pseudo removal in a third color. And if they just have huge...
If say, they had a Banefire Dragon.
Right. And then we
the one passed up?
Yep.
Yeah, that would be the one. That's what I was talking about.
Okay. They want us to do 3, 8, 6. All of
Why
our...
are they putting mountains in the stack?
I think I'd be more inclined to go 7, 7 because we have a double black and we don't have two blue.
We have 2 double black.
We do have 2 blue out here, but at that point, you're more likely to be there. 3 white might be excessive.
It's early.
They're counting the flashback as a white.
No, they don't count flashback, though.
Yeah, and it's blue on the flashback.
No, we have a white flashback, don't we?
No, that was a red card.
Right.
Oh.
No, it's just that because it's 2 drops, they want to give you some chance of seeing it.
Right.
I don't know that it's necessary. Those are all late-ish.
I'd be almost more like that.
Okay.
We can get to it eventually. I really want to have, if this is in our hand, you want to cast it turn 1, and it'd be nice to be able to cast that turn 2. So I think that makes sense. My God, why are we in an 8-4? We really had no idea what we were doing. But, yeah.
We don't learn. That's why.
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
We are stubborn.
We will see you in round 1.
Ignorant.